Assalamu alaikum students. Students, how are you all? I hope you all will be fine and will not be neglecting your studies. So in our previous lecture we talked about present indefinite tense and past indefinite tense. So now it's time to continue the portion of grammar from future indefinite tense. Okay? So we will see in which conditions we use this tense and how to make positive sentences and how to make negative sentences of future indefinite tense, and at the same time how to make interrogative future indefinite tenses. So let's see in which situations we use this tense, which is future indefinite tense. So you can see here, future indefinite tense is used to show completion of any action or event in near future. For example, he will come there tomorrow. He will come here tomorrow. And the second example is, I'll go to Dubai next week. I'll is the contraction of I will, okay? And I shall as well. These actions are about to be completed in near future. So these two examples shows, in the first example the action will be completed by tomorrow, and in the second example the action is expected to be completed in next week. Okay, so it means the actions which are supposed to be completed in near future are related to future indefinite tense. Okay, now you can see how to make positive sentences. It's so easier that in our previous two tenses you learn what are subjects and how to place verb and how to which is the place of object. So in this sentence, I and we, these two subjects follow the helping verb shall, but uh, in in modern English almost all the speakers of English language use will with all the subject. Okay, there is no differentiation between I और will कि हम I और we के साथ shall use करेंगे और बाकी सब के साथ हम will use करेंगे. Modern English में you are supposed to use will with all the subjects. Okay, understand it? So you can see some example here, and before examples you can see that after your subject there is a helping verb shall or will, then vi means first form of verb, then after that you will place your object. And I told you that after without an object a sentence can be made. It is not necessary to have object in a sentence. So here are some examples. I will and shall, you are supposed to use both. लेकिन अगर आप अपने एकेडमिक क्राइटेरिया में देखें तो यू आर सपोज टू यूज़ shall with I and we, but I am telling you the trend that is changing, that modern English speakers are usually using will with all the subjects. I hope you have understood it. Okay, I shall or will buy clothes, they will learn the lesson, you will speak truths. Buy, learn and speak, these are your first form of verbs. Cloth, lesson and truth are your objects, and I, they and you are your subjects, as we see in this structure. Now moving towards, I told you of one thing more, that contraction of I will is I'll. Will, we will become will. So you are then not be confused about these, that what is written with I apostrophe double L, what does it mean? It means I will. Now coming towards negative sentences, how to make negative sentences. It's so simple. You are going to follow the same structure, but you are supposed to add not after your helping verb this time, then your sentence will become negative. Okay, I will not drink milk, you will not go outside, they will not bake a cake. So difference is, in the upper example you see that we are using just first form of verb, and after shall we are not using any helping any negation, but in this sentence you are using not. That's an indication of negative sentences, so it's easier to remember the difference. Now hurriedly move towards interrogative sentences. How to make interrogative sentences or question sentences. As with your previous two lectures, you will have a good understanding and command over the thing that we whenever we make question statements, we bring our helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. as you can see, shall, I and we are your helping verb, oh sorry, subject. Then there is your first form of verb, and after that is object. So the sentences will become, shall we go for shopping, will they help the poor, will you make a new painting. So after your statement you are supposed to apply a question mark because it's an interrogative sentence. There is just a minor, you can say slight difference between these three sentences. In positive sentences you are not supposed to add any negation, you are not supposed to use the word not. It is so simple to make a sentence by following subject, shall, will, first form of verb and object. And in negation or in negative sentences you are going to add not after helping verb shall or will. And in interrogative sentences you are supposed to bring shall and will at the beginning of the sentence. So and the rest of the structure remain the same. So here example, you can see the picture, what will happen to the flying ball. It's a double interrogative statement. So the answer can be, the ball will fall out of the ground and any fielder will not catch it. First statement जो है, first example है, is indicating towards positive statement, and second one is example of negative one, क्योंकि हम इसमें not use कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. Now moving towards the last slide. The what will the teacher do? So your answer can be what will the teacher do. Sorry, your question can be what will the teacher do, and the answers can be the teacher will ask a question and teacher will not give punishment. So first example is of positive sentence and the second example is of negative sentence. I hope you have understood it because it's too easy to, and with the with your minimum or maximum practice you can learn all these tenses, because the students get too much confused about these sentences, how to make them and how to convert them into negative and how to convert them into interrogative. These are too easy. You just have to remember 2 to 3 things in your minds and start working on it, and inshallah you will have a grip on it by maximum practice, because practice makes a man perfect. So inshallah we will meet in our next lecture and we will continue this portion of grammar with present continuous tense. Till then, memorize this structure and practice this again and again. Allah Hafiz.